Hi everyone, Miss Mutzel here. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, washing your hands a lot, all that good stuff. So today I am going to show you, as you can probably see, I am going to show a screen video about the mandala assignment, specifically the second part of the mandala assignment. The first part is super easy, so you can see on the right here I have that document pulled up. You are going to go to this link and watch a quick video, and then you're going to answer the questions below. So super self-explanatory. The video is actually really interesting, and it's super short, so it shouldn't take you that long. And then as I scroll down, this is the second part of the assignment, which I'm going to go more in depth. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you are going to click this link. Alright. Now, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, every time I click on that link, this background looks different. So yours may or may not look the same as mine, and that is perfectly okay. If you look to the left, you'll see all these tools. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how each of these tools work so you can experiment a little bit. And then once you're comfortable using all of these tools, then you can create your own mandalas. And just as a reminder, I'm asking for two. One for colored lines, and then a second one with either black or white lines, or maybe both. It's totally up to you. So, first tool I'm going to show you is this top one on the left. This number right here, this refers to the number of spaces that are in your background. So if I click the plus sign, you can see those spaces are getting smaller and there's more of them. Or if I click the minus sign, they get bigger and there's less of them. And I'm gonna go with 14 just because that's my lucky number. So that's what I'm gonna test out. If you look underneath this area, you will see a draw tool, a line tool. There's the fill paintbrush tool. There's this paint bucket, which is for the background color. And then there's the color picker and the undo button. Alright, so I'm going to show you how all those tools work. First one I'm going to show you is the background color, because that's the tool we're going to use first. So to change the background, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a color down here in the color wheel. I am going to pick a lighter color just because I like to work with a lighter color in my background, and then I can see the lines a little bit better. But you can choose whatever color you want in the background. So I'm just going to choose like a random really light color. And then once you have your color selected, you're going to click that paint can. So now my background is super light, which is what I wanted. All right. When you're ready, you're going to click the pencil tool, the little tool with the pencil on it. That's your draw tool. This is probably my favorite part. So you're going to pick a random color. All right, whatever color that suits you. And you're going to come around here to the middle. Now to draw your line, all you need to do is click and drag your mouse. And again, we are experimenting with this, so it does not have to be perfect. So that's my first line. You will see that the website has multiplied it multiple times, so that way you can have a symmetrical mandala. And we've talked about symmetry before, so it's the same on both sides. Now, if you draw your line and you think that it's too thin or too thick or whatever, you can come down here to where these squiggly lines are, and you can change your brush thickness. So you can make it super thick, right? Like real thick. And if you don't like that, then you can hit the undo button. Or you can make them nice and thin. I'm going to hit the undo. I think I go for like a 2. That's what I'm comfortable with. Alright, so because I like to be able to see the little details that I'm creating. So we have this line tool set. And we did the background already. And we know about the undo button. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click the ruler, and this is your line tool. So this is the tool you're going to use if you want to create a straight line. So I'm going to click somewhere on my mandala. I'm going to put it here, all right? All right, so that's what you use for that tool. It's all straight lines. You can also do it sideways if you want to do something like that. Again, I want you to experiment with this, so see what works for you. All right, so that's the line tool. This fill tool is for filling in your shape. So if I wanted to fill in like these petal looking shapes, I can just click them. The only downfall of this is that you have to individually click every shape. It won't multiply this for whatever reason. All right, and I decided that I no longer want to fill in these shapes, so I'm hitting the undo button. However, please remember when you are clicking the undo button that there is no redo, and I have yet to figure out if there is a function for redo. So for now, just be very careful, because if you undo something that you didn't want to undo, then you just have to draw it again. All right, so be very careful with that. Use it sparingly. All right, so we have the top row and we have the undo button, the tools that we know how to use. The next tool is the color picker. So if I decide I don't want to use this blue color anymore, and I want to go with like a green, and I start drawing with my green tail, right? So I made a fish tail with my green. But I decide all of a sudden, ooh, I want to go back to that blue color. I love that blue color. I use this color picker tool, and I click whatever color I want to use, and it comes right back to me. This is the exact color that is right here. All right, so then I can go back in, and maybe I want to do some lines in my fish tail. So now I'm adding details. You guys see what a difference that makes, even just these little lines? All right. So that is what I want you to do. I want you to experiment with all of the tools, see what you can do, play around with the colors, add different details. All right. This, I would say, is not quite done yet, because I am looking for some more details, just like in the fish tail, like I did. So maybe I want to go back and take that green color. And I love this line tool because it's super simple to create straight lines. Right? See the difference that makes just when you do one thing? What I have realized, however, is if you're using the draw tool and you decide that you want to do dots, dots are actually a little bit tricky because it won't let you just do one single dot. If you want to do something like polka dots, you just have to make tiny little lines, like the smallest lines you can. And those will have to be your polka dots. Right? I'm not going to waste your time to fill in all of these spaces. But that's essentially what you would use for polka dots. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You know how to use all of these tools. We went over that. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to really submit your assignment. So once this is all completed, you're going to hit save and share. And it's going to load. It's going to create your image. All right. What I have found is instead of clicking any of this kind of stuff, you're going to right click on the image and then you're going to copy it. If you love it and want to save it like somewhere else on your computer, you can save image as or save to downloads, wherever you want to save it to. But for our assignment, we're just going to copy it. And then we're going to pop back over to our document where you already answered the questions. And you can erase this. You don't need this anymore. and you're just going to paste it in. You will probably have to, resize it a little bit, but that's perfectly okay. All right. So you can leave them both here. Remember, you need 2 of them. So this is one. This will be my mandala with colored lines. And then remember, I am asking you to create a second one with black and or white lines. All right. And for that one, you can still use whatever color background you want. It's totally up to you. So then, once you have that first one copied and pasted, you're going to pop back over here. I'm going to exit out of this, and then I'm going to hit New Session. Or if you really wanted to, you could undo all the way, but I find it easier just to do a new session. And then it will reload and it will reset. So then you just come back and decide how many spaces you want, what color you want your background, all that good stuff. All right? So that should help you. Once you are completed everything, you're going to upload everything into eLocker, just like you guys have been really great doing. Email me if you have any questions. And I can't wait to see your mandalas. I hope you really like this. If you have any strong opinions about using stuff online, or if you really love the mandala project, leave me a little love note on your assignment and I will read it. All right, but other than that, that's really it. Again, I hope you guys stay safe and wash your hands and have a fantastic week.